Hello and welcome to SC2 Strategycast today with a game of McDeadagain.
McDeadagain.
And he's sitting right next to me, you hear him, and he's casting this game with me. So, tell us something about that game.
Okay, well, Snoozle, first of all, thanks, because your casts are very helpful, so I always like to send in my matches where I didn't perform well, usually a loss, and let you have a look at it and give me some idea what I could have done better. So this is my first placement match on the European ladder that I did a couple nights ago. And I want you to have a look at it. I'm not going to tell you whether I won or lost this time, but I want you to have a look at it, please, and just let me know where are some of the areas that I can focus on, and I'll tell you some things that I was thinking during the match.
Okay, I will definitely do that. And so far it's been a mirror matchup of its finest. Only difference is that Wosel, your enemy, I have no idea where that name comes from, but he's building his supply depot right at the ramp, and you are not, so you're not doing a ward-off against Terran. Is that your usual kind of play?
So, I don't feel it's necessary to wall off. I will try to have a bunker if I don't have one, and it's been a few days and I'm an old man, so I don't remember if I used a bunker, but I do try and put a bunker in place because I've seen too often, Snoozle, where just missing that key thing, that bunker at the front, can have you lose a match that you shouldn't have.
Yeah, you're right there, but what I think about the wall-off as Terran is just always do it, because you see, if he would have been... No, he's fast enough, so you get no scouting information
that is true
whatsoever. And he can, until the bunker is up, or until like 2 Marines are out, he can get all the scouting he wants. He can see your gas, he can see if you do a fancy 6 racks or whatever, if you have like immediate 2 gas and go for Banshees or anything. So, and you just don't get any information.
Fair point.
Of him right now.
And we know that one of my areas of weakness is SCV production. So do me a favor, and throughout this, keep an eye on how I'm doing there, will you please? And
I will do that.
I just want to see...
I will just let this open because I see here the supply, and you're doing very good, actually, right? At least compared to your opponent.
And another thing I've been coached on is not getting too far ahead on supply depots. So I do end up supply blocked once in a while.
I mean, you should build one right now, right?
Absolutely. And I think I'll get blocked here, actually.
Yeah. And especially you have the money right now and you're not using it for anything else. Or for what are you using it? Oh, for more Marines. Right, and now you're at 19. And
right.
This is not... Of course, this is your supply depot, right?
Yep. So I overqueued. I think for some reason at that point I was thinking reactor.
At that point, if this one is not really started, and you have here something queued and here something queued, it might be wise to just use the call down supply.
Right? Yeah, and I never burn energy on that early game, and it's something to look at.
I mean, you should rather do the mule, right? I'm with you there. But if you're supply blocked and you have the money to produce stuff, then you should rather do that. Or like cancel all that stuff and build the factory earlier if you have the gas already, which you had, right? Because you now already still have 100 gas.
Right. So
or build another barracks.
I'm a little overproducing gas. How about my marine upgrades?
Well, it depends what you want to do. I mean, stim is a... Well,
so I'm late on that right now, right? I think I just... Yeah, I'm late on going after stim here.
I mean, it depends on your overall strategy, what you want to do with it. But it looks like you want to produce a lot of Marines. You're producing a Marauder here. Why is that?
I'm not sure. Can you do me a favor and put the camera on just me? And
sure.
I want to see if... Sometimes I want the extra juice of a Marauder if I think I need to break a wall.
Okay,
so that's why I'll try and mix them in.
Okay,
they don't do much against pure Marines, but I know the enemy has a wall, and so to get through that supply depot...
What I'm seeing right now, and I will go back, is here, 3 Idler series. And you can easily... I mean, I think I told that already in another cast about it. Now I'll try to show it. You can click here, then click on a barracks or whatever, hold shift, click here that you want the barracks and do a right click on the mineral.
And I know this, and I get lazy about it. So that was just pure laziness. And those are the little things, right, that would eventually take a player to silver from bronze, is doing those.
If you have 3 idle SCVs for some time, they're sitting around. You're again supply blocked, and you have the energy. So just do a quick call down, and you're fine. But you're fine now already. And this is something dangerous. That's
not good, is it? And why did I walk past the Zelnaga tower instead of scouting it?
Yeah.
To see what my enemy's doing.
You probably just said a move here, or a move here. If you should do a move here, but not move. But actually, you should do an a move to here first.
Right.
And then go here. And let's have another look at the SCV count. And now you're horribly behind, actually. So somewhere in between, you just stop producing.
And we're at 8 minutes, and I haven't put up an expansion either.
Yeah. And now this is exactly the moment where you should expand, because you pinned your enemy down, right?
Okay. All right.
You have a bunker
so
here.
You throw the command center in the...
Because he cannot attack you,
right?
I mean, he will get out here, and it actually... Where's your SCV, by the way?
Yeah, okay, so this was a bad micro match, Snoozle. So what I did there, I put the SCV in the bunker. So there's just a huge, huge mistake there.
But where was it? I didn't see it.
In the bunker. In the bunker.
Okay.
It was a huge mistake on my part. And right now, I should pack up and go home. I've lost that battle.
Not necessarily. I mean, this is cool, right? I like that.
Yeah.
You keep him busy. I mean, you need to pull back here immediately, or do the scan, or you should have already built an
another command center. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Or just the barracks to float up. Right, because they're so
provision,
right?
Provision.
And you can fly it here, where it's perfectly safe. You can then take out a supply depot. And maybe a tech lab, right? So he doesn't get the shield.
Okay.
And all that stuff, right?
At least now I'm putting down a command center late.
Let's have a look at the upgrades. And you have stim.
Yeah.
But you don't have anything else.
I was late on this game. And
I mean,
did we do anything at the engineering bay?
Nothing.
Yeah.
No, nothing. But I mean, what I wanted to say is that for your Marines, you should have either shield or medivacs.
Okay.
One of them should be a must. But I mean, you can now transfer also into just a tank. Let's say a tank.
Now see, he has stim here, and that's it. That does me in. And I shouldn't have sieged that tank.
I mean, the Marauders are just very, very good against tanks. Here, if you use a little bit of micro, and I don't know if you play with the health bars on, right? Because I don't know if you saw that. I should. Because it was
direct the attack to the...
okay, no. Yeah. What I mean is that at that point, and I will pause then, the moment I mean, right now, right? Because this one is nearly dead. So if you just, in that battle, and you have the health bars on, just use one, target it, and he's gone. And he's shooting until the end now.
And what I've been told is always use the A to target. Yeah, don't do a right click on the target, because I've had some mistakes with my micro running my troops into death by using a right click move.
No, I mean, if you click on a unit, I mean, if you going long distances, always use A and the minimap, and that's totally fine. But if you're like in a micro match, you can just you can do the right click, right? If you're sure you hit the unit. But a Marauder is so big, you cannot possibly miss him. But again,
so I'm still well behind on the harvesters.
Well behind, yeah.
Okay.
And you see that, well, you still have higher income, so you probably just dropped some mules. No, you didn't. Oh, what's that?
I'm moving my CVs to the expansion.
Oh, come on. Only half of it.
Okay.
Or let's say max up to 2/3 you can use, but not all of it.
Okay.
That's too much.
Okay.
And then you should have both orbital commands in one group. I think you have it here on the 6th.
Right.
And then you can just build Marines like crazy.
Yeah, and
build SCVs like crazy, and that I like, right? You can queue up 2. That's totally fine.
Right, okay.
Especially at that point in the game. So now you have the starport. Why are you building it here, by the way?
Well, that's a good question. So by your question, I guess it's the wrong thing to build it there. I do try to spread out my buildings a little bit as we get into the mid-game, mainly to not just have everything exposed in one location. So, for instance, if he drops my main, I still have some buildings out here.
Yeah. Well, here it is. I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but just curious about it. I mean, you have to defend this area. So, if you fear an attack, you can drop a bunker here. But you hold the middles and Naga Tower. Again, siege tanks don't have them on
Leave them unsieged, right? Is there any way to command a tank to move and then siege at a certain point?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you tell me how to do that? Is that the same shift?
I mean, yeah.
So you shift, right-click,
you hold the
E,
shift, right-click, and then the hotkey for it.
Excellent.
Don't know it,
okay.
or you just click here.
Now, there's no way to do this from a waypoint, though,
no,
correct?
No.
Okay.
No. It's the same way that waypoint is always
a move command,
attack.
right?
So I tend to not. I mean, here you can use it because the route is rather safe, right?
But more often, what you're going to say is you want to waypoint your troops near your base and then move them out to the
here
spot.
Here would be a good waypoint somewhere.
Okay,
here,
right. And that way too, like right now, I'm fully exposed in my main. And now look at this, please. Do you see to the south there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're constructing another command center?
I am. So while I was late with the first, I tried to get on time with the second.
Why don't you just kill that rock stand?
I didn't want to dedicate the troops to it at that time. I didn't have a lot of troops, and as you can see, I didn't know, but it was his, and so I should have actually... it was mine. It was mine. I'm sorry.
Let's check that. Because that's... No, it wasn't his. Okay. But he's still... I think he can see that, but...
Now here's
I like that. You have the Medivacs with you.
Well, get ready. You won't like it soon. So see what happens?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Oh.
This is a huge micro problem that I have. I click all of my ground troops, and I right-click on the Medivacs, and all of my troops follow them.
Yeah, but then you can just... You click on the Medivac, you click on another Medivac, and you can actually do it in the following way. You can mark all your troops, hold shift, click one Medivac, click the other Medivac, and then click on the ground. Okay.
And if my tanks had been closer here on the side, the vision would have allowed them to support my... And now I leave the tanks to die. I wouldn't even have flown up all the Marines. I would have just left the Marines here and used the Medivacs only for vision, right? Because then he cannot attack you. Okay. All right. He's unable with that army to attack. So I didn't need a drop, just harass him, cause him to run into me.
And if you then creep up with the tanks up to here, you can even hit the mineral line, and I think you can hit the orbital command from here, right? Okay.
Now at this point I'm in big trouble, I think. So in the match, right then I felt like he had a considerable
why do you build the planetary fortress here? I mean, if you build it, at least fly it as close to this one as you can, right?
Sure.
Because you cannot move it afterwards.
Well, that was as close as I could get at that point. But you're right. Yep.
Maybe because of the gas.
It won't let you any closer. Yeah. So at this point, I felt like I was in trouble and behind. And
yeah, you are actually. I mean, you're still far behind. I'm
well ahead in Harvesters.
You're well ahead in Harvesters.
And I'm on 3 base, and he's on 2.
Did you kill some here? Probably.
I took some out. Yeah. But I've also been keeping them moving pretty well. Once I got the second base, I really fell off for a while. And then...
let's have a look at upgrades, because he has the shield. Yep. He has the +1. Yeah. And he has the stim. Okay. You have the shield. You have
and
the
nothing.
Stim. No, and actually you have...
nothing.
And nothing, right? Yep. And not the concussive shells.
Yep.
But no worries about that, because you don't need it. Right? Against another bio ball, you don't need the concussive shells.
Well, what happens is later in the match, I realize that it's going a little bit long, and I remember, oh my gosh, I haven't gotten any upgrades. So at a certain point, I try and get that going and realize if I'm going to survive. That's really important for Terran versus Terran.
Oh, by the way, you see? This one is going around here. So just use your planetary fortress to destroy that. Click on it, A, and there we go.
Yeah.
Just another hint.
The finer points, yep.
And, oh, now you're getting the armor and the concussive shells. So, as I said, you don't need it, but it's not... I mean, it's so cheap that you can just get it. The missile turrets, well, why do you build them?
So I'll just be honest with you, at my level, and you know that I'm a bronze, whenever I set up at a gold, and I don't want to basically have to try and defend it constantly, I put up a bunch of turrets and I put up a planetary. I just, better safe than sorry.
That's fine, but build that one right here.
Okay.
Right? So that you get the vision up there, because you can just move in with marines here or marauders and kill your planetary fortress.
Okay.
And you cannot do anything because you don't see him.
Thank you. I didn't think about that at all. And in fact, a couple of games I've had trouble with the wall and the vision, and it's something I need to work on. Here's
what happens now. He knows that you're here.
Yep.
Why ever he knows that, he just goes around that.
Sure does.
Gathering as a Salnaga is fine as long as you know that there's no other route, right? Because now there is. You're caught entirely out of place, right?
Yep. Or the other thing
so you're in real trouble, right?
Right.
Now.
Or the other thing that I can do
is
remember the least used thing by Terran, which is the sensor tower.
Yeah.
And I could have quite simply had a sensor tower up there.
Definitely.
Now
that
he has
a good thing.
more units and more medevacs than I.
And you didn't bring your tanks, right? So you're
epic micro fail. Well,
actually,
I think
he should win the game right now.
Okay, we will see. Look in my base here at the main.
Okay, I like.
And I do.
Oh, you have. Yeah. Okay, you have. So you have some.
And notice those tanks are sieged.
Yeah. Okay, so actually they have no chance of going up here.
Right. So what I did do when I saw him come in, I changed my waypoint to up in the base, and he made the mistake of trying to attack through. And this really turns the tide of the battle right here.
Yeah. Great.
He didn't need to do that. He could have tanked up and tried to hold me in.
Definitely.
And it would have been hard for me to fight out of that.
What you should do right now is push against that, because that would be his whole army. You have the 2 more tanks here, which you can get on your way, right?
Well, Snoozle, I think you'll be happy with what I did.
Okay, that's great.
Because, see the scan?
Yeah.
So when I saw that happen, I thought the same thing. I thought it was a pretty strong force. I knew... As far as I knew, he was still on 2 base. I hadn't seen him move out, so he's only on 1 base now, and I know this.
Oh, look at that! Well, more important, he hasn't built any tech units, right? And your tanks are just so strong against his marines, and he has not that many marauders.
So I felt okay at this point. Like I say, this was not by any means a great.
So now you should have sieged up because...
Yep, I'm late here. And then by that point I should not have sieged up.
True.
So I have a lot of work to do with tanks. I had this scan, so I knew where to park them.
Go there, and now you need to reposition your tanks right here, right? To take out that one.
Now it gets a little painful, Snoozle, my friend. I dragged this out a little longer.
Okay.
So what happened? Back to the production buildings and where I put them. Remember you asked me that question, why did I build them there? Well, what ended up happening is that he took out about half of my production. So he and I, at this point, are basically cranking out units at a similar rate.
Yeah.
And
but
it drags for a bit.
You have the tanks, right? So, and what you should right now do is also, you know that the route is safe. So you can just go back here, box, make them on 2 maybe, and just move the number 2 over here, right? And then you can finish him off easily there.
Now he tried to bring in the SCVs there to try and break me. It didn't work, and now he's getting into trouble economically.
Definitely. I mean, but he soon will be able to. Oh no, I like that. So you finally decided. No, you moved your waypoints.
Yes.
Whoa! Why didn't you bring that stuff then?
Sadly, I wonder if I forgot that they were there.
Okay.
I'm honestly not sure. Also, it could be that I was concerned about a drop. The truth is I needed to bring them over, and I didn't do it. So I could have broken him right there with that. If you look at the supply number, it's 88 to 25. So I certainly have him here. But I guess, it's easy for us to see now, and sometimes, though, when you're in the match, who knows if he had a hidden base, if he's looking to do a Banshees. So I tend to try and be a little conservative at the end and not embarrass myself. So you can see I'm even building here, rebuilding.
I mean, what's still better than rallying like this is just to put your rally points here
and then pull what I want.
Take that with you, and the next tanks will then come here.
And
so
I often do that. You're right. You're right. And
so
I often do that.
Solution.
I rely on the queued up units are going to protect my base. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think Snoozle, this is GG.
Now he basically has no income, right? So he cannot do anything anymore. So that's GG. You have now a lot of over minerals, and I didn't take a strong look on how you produced. I like that. I like the extra base here. And this is... No, it's yours. I like the extra base, so that's great to expand to another location. I also like the choice of your expansions, because you had a focus here, right? So you would say, here's my line.
Right. Split the map.
And especially if you're fighting here, this one is perfectly safe, right? Even safer than your first expansion.
And it's a gold.
I like the gold, and I'm not sure about the barracks here, because I like to keep them at least remotely together, so that you don't, if you have a rally point, they don't come from all directions,
Okay.
And I mean, if you have that much over minerals, add some barracks, right? And so that you can get to 200 supply just
until you're keeping it 0, right? So I felt like my macro was better there. Yeah, finally. I don't think I even got an armory up.
Yeah. And you have 37 SCs.
Not enough.
That's not enough for 3.5 bases, right?
So it should be around in the 60s, right? Upper 60s.
And
I should be maintaining 3 bases fully saturated.
Yeah.
So long ways to go, obviously.
And well, if you would get more gas, you can make more gas-heavy units. But I like the unit mix. I mean, it's fairly strong, right? Marines, Marauders, and the tank.
It works well for me. In a TVT, I'll do bio and tanks, and then if I see the opponent go into Thor, then what I find with Terran, your opponent can dictate what you need to do a lot. So if they start Thoring up, you tend to need to throw some Thors in the mix. Certainly, I needed to upgrade more. You cannot have a 28-minute match.
Are killed quite good by Marauders.
It's true if they don't mass up. Where I have trouble is if they mass up to 10 or 12 of them. So anyway, so I got this is a win, but although you normally like to cast losses and give advice, this one certainly needed some advice. There's a lot I could have done better. Yeah.
And for Wosel, let's give him advice too, because I liked his kind of play. I liked his swing around here, and he actually did the mistake to go up here, right? If he just pulled back, or just like guarded this expansion a little,
right?
And of course scouting, because he should know the planetary here, or the base at least, and then he should have used that weakness to attack from the high ground. Because and then you would have taken at least the time to scan there, right?
And as you told me, he should have expanded. When he took out my expansion was the perfect time to expand himself. So he's on.
He didn't he?
He had already expanded, I believe, but I mean, you can't be on 2 base in a 30-minute match. Which again, by then he was 1 base. So you need to have 2-3 bases to have your economy.
True that. And with that, I like to say bye to our viewers. And yeah, you can still send me replays, please, at snoozlecast@gmail.com. And well, see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you, Snoozle, for letting me cast with you, and I look forward to your next broadcast.
You're very welcome. Bye.